Yes. Let's go.
4, 3.
Ready? Hi, folks. Welcome to our last class of the year. It's the Purple Heart Project class. This is class number 20. Number 6 for the year. This is our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is our 4th day. So these guys have spent most of today working on half-blind dovetails. And now they're working on processing the piece of walnut to make the ends of their shooting board. In case you don't know, if you're tuning in for the first time, what we do in here, what do we do? Hopefully that question will get answered tonight. But what we do is we teach a class called Training the Hand, and it is designed to bring people in, varying skill levels, base knowledge levels, and they learn how to process wood entirely with hand tools. So Monday is all about sharpening, learn to sharpen planes, chisels. Maybe this young fellow right here, maybe. Were you able to sharpen?
You know, I did. It took me a little bit, but I was...
Oh, wait a minute.
Now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Took me a little bit, a couple times, trying to get that burr. That was a big part, trying to get the burr on the backside. But after a while, I think I'm able to sharpen now, which is nice. But
I saw some pretty deep plane tracks in your piece, though.
Those are just making sure that I'm covering all the different parts. I go over those afterwards, but yeah, working on that.
We're going to come see him after, and I'll show you his dovetail. Jake helped him a lot. So Monday is sharpening, Tuesday is dovetails. Wednesday, they learn to take a rough piece of lumber, process it entirely with hand tools. Thursday is, normally it's mortise and tenon day, but today it was half-blind dovetails, and they're also processing another piece of wood, hardwood this time, in order to make the ends for their bench hook. And just in case you don't know what a bench hook is, which I realize some might not, does anybody know where my bench hook went to? My bench hook.
It's right here.
To show them what it is.
Bag.
Here it is. This is quite the project. And this is designed to sit on your bench. If you've got to come in and cut a piece of wood, you don't want to damage your bench. So you would grab your crosscut saw, and there's a cleat on the front that keeps it from going forward. You squeeze it like so, and now you can come in and make it. And when you make it all the way through the board, this is your sacrificial piece, so you don't scar your bench. It's a small project, but when you're first starting, and all these pieces, the 3 pieces are all, what's the matter, Frick?
You lose reception when you cover the...
Okay. Are all start out as rough lumber. They've got to process it and process it accurately so that when they cut their joint, everything goes together just nicely. So, varying levels of skill. We've got some guys in here that literally have never done any woodwork in their lives. And we've got some guys that have been doing it for 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
And especially some that look like they've never done woodworking before.
Sean is getting picked on because he needs it. He grumbles a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard that, have you? So we're going to go around tonight and introduce you to some of these folks, and those who want to say boo will say boo. I'll introduce some of our guests. If Luther stops blowing in Jake's ear.
I wish that's what he was doing.
So tonight with us is my buddy from
Another mother.
Retired Colonel Luther Sheely in town. We'll have him say some words in a bit. I just want to introduce everybody. Over here we have Ken. Ken's the manager of the shop. So anything you buy from us, Ken has had something to do with its production. Over here in the seat, this distinguished gentleman who gets the entire couch to himself, none other than the illustrious Moose.
On the loose.
And the rest of the guys are students, so we'll just mingle around and talk to them. Here's the program for tonight. This is an expensive venture. It's become more expensive with the increase in price of everything. If you would like to participate and help us out, These 7 of these gentlemen, actually 9 of these gentlemen in here tonight, 10 of the gentlemen in here tonight have been involved in the military. Almost all of them are combat wounded. They put it on the line. What this program does, or what woodworking does, it becomes a distracted therapy. Proves to be very, very beneficial. It helps to calm them. It gives them something to focus on. There's lots of guys that are watching that know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, go to our website, RobCosman.com, and read all about the Purple Heart Project. However, because we cover their airfare to fly them in, we take care of all their food while they're here, their lodging. Every vet takes home $4,000 worth of premium tools, and thanks to Jack Lane and the Bench Brigade and Jim Rossetti up in Riverview, New Brunswick, every vet will have a workbench like the one Ken's leaning on. A workbench, nice vise on the end, you can't see it, delivered to their home, and almost always by the builder so they can continue this. And I just want to let you know that by the end of this class, I'm going to share with you, Jack shared this with me earlier. I had asked him how many benches have we been able to build and deliver. And if I can pull this up real quick, how many? 92, thank you, Ken. By the end of this class, we will have delivered 92 workbenches. And that's covering Canada, United States, Denmark, Ireland, Australia. Did we get one, Dave?
No.
Ash? No, we didn't. Ash already had one.
Yeah.
And we've got over 300 volunteers all over several countries. If you want to be a part of that, you just email me personally, Rob@RobCosman.com, and I'll make sure that Jack gets a hold of you. It'll be happening within the hour. All right, what else did I forget, Ken? Anything? Got to say hello to Angie. Angie is Ken's cousin. She and her sister Lynn are a big part of what we do. They take care of all the Purple Heart. Would you grab me a T-shirt, please, so we can promote that a little bit? And Angie's picture. All right. So what I want you to find out is a little bit of their experience and what's been going on. And we're just going to walk down this aisle. Place is a mess. Boards everywhere. Sawdust everywhere. Nobody knows how to sweep. Nice looking cherry. If you want some nice cherry boards up here. So this dapper individual wearing out this plane. I don't know a lot of Jessies, but all the Jessies I know I like. Jesse Rufiange, who's over in Nova Scotia, combat wounded vet. Jesse actually does some work for us. Excellent craftsman. I'll show you some of his stuff. And then, of course, there's Jesse Paredes down in Southern California, the reason this whole program started. And here's another Jesse. Jesse is a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
All right.
I'm going to hand you this, and I'm going to give you a couple minutes to say whatever you'd like to say. Tell them first. Oh, no. Say what you want to say first, then I'm going to ask some questions, please.
Well, thank y'all for everybody watching. This is very weird to be talking to a lot of people all at once, but anyways, I'm very fortunate and happy to be here. This last March was a really hard time for me, and I was going through a lot of stuff. I'm a former Marine artilleryman. I did 2 tours in Iraq. I was on the all-varsity Marine Corps MMA team. I was a private contractor in Afghanistan, and I lived with PTSD on a daily basis. So this past March, I was having a hard time, and I reached out to the folks here at the Purple Heart Project and put in an application and asked them if I could be a part of the program. And within a week, maybe even days, I heard back from somebody, Super Dave, I think it was. And within weeks, they were able to tell me that I qualified for the program. And then here I am just 6 months later or less. So I'm very happy to be here. You know, a lot of veterans, they struggle with a lot of stuff and we don't know what to do. You know, we all have a game plan, and sometimes, you know, the game plan just gets thrown into the garbage. You know, COVID was really hard on a lot of people. A lot of people got COVID, and a lot of people lost their businesses, but a lot of people had a lot of coping skills and coping mechanisms that they relied on, and that all went away for years. For 2 years, those coping skills went away. So to be able to come here and And yeah, you know, they feed you really good and they treat you really good, and you know, and they put you up in a nice hotel and they give us all these amazing tools, but they're giving me skill sets that I'm going to be able to use for the rest of my life. You know, they're giving me these skill sets that when I go home, they're going to bring me a bench waiting for me when I go home. It's the nicest thing anybody's ever done.
Who's building your bench?
David Robinson and Jack Lane. Not that, you know, either name
That
is
would be
bigger
called a
than the
celebrity
other.
bench in many ways.
Yes, sir. Yeah, David Robinson, the world's greatest basketball player in my opinion. I grew up in San Antonio and watching him play as a kid in the 90s, and he came here about a month ago and was a part of the Purple Heart Project, and he's former Navy himself, and he built you know, all the dovetails and stuff, and he's working on my bench as well. So if he's watching this, thank you so much, David. But anyways, I wanted to thank Rob here, and I want to thank all the people. See, what's cool about this program is even though Rob is putting on this show at a cost, and he's providing the tools, you know, at a loss, this is all possible. Me being here is because people donated to the program. So the more people that came forward and, you know, help us veterans out is what makes this possible. And I can go home and have something, you know, a skill set to build on. I'm going to woodworking at Austin Community College in January. So I'm not just learning a hobby. I'm going to carry these skills over, use the vocational rehabilitation services offered by the VA in Texas. I'm going to be going to woodworking there in Austin, and I'm going to be able to bring all my tools with me to school. I'm going to be able to continue doing that. So I hope I'm not talking too much.
Yeah, you're not. It's great. I just want you to show off the one dovetail you're most.
Yeah, the one. no, they're all
the best one.
They all look great.
One.
This is my favorite for sure.
So first, how many times have you cut a half-line dovetail?
This is the very first one.
That's the very first. Number 4 means
number
dovetail,
4 of all the
but
dovetails.
This is the first half-line.
Yes, and it's pretty much perfect. So anybody that wants a quarter of a drawer, let me know, and I will build you a quarter of a drawer. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jesse. All right, I want to introduce you to somebody really special. When was the last time you met a World War II vet? Well, I'm going to take you down this road a little ways. I don't want to disturb him because I know he's busy. But this is Jack Hughes, who shares the same name as my uncle who served in World War II. Jack, you just need to hold that.
Okay, good.
So there's an audience out there, and mostly the people that support our program and help us do what we do. I'm just going to let you say whatever you want to say about the program, about the other vets, your own experience, whatever you'd like.
I'm a World War II veteran, although just minimally so. I got in right at the tail end of World War II. I was in the Navy, electronic technician. With regard to this program, those of you watching it, I'm sure, recognize it as being something very unique. I latched onto it through YouTube, watching Rob and his various performances and examples and what have you, and it made a great impression on me as to his ability to teach and simplify, get the fundamentals before you get fancy. You have to have the fundamentals before you get fancy. I've enjoyed the week. I'm a good bit slower than the other students, and that I do make more mistakes, so I do them over again. So I'm highly trained in the first round of dovetails.
Tenacious.
Tenacious.
So I got to interject for a second. Jack, just you don't mind me telling you don't mind me telling them that you're 95, do you?
No.
Good. Jack just had his birthday in July. He's 95. We start at 7 in the morning. Jack's here, and he's usually here until about 8:15. So this is day 4 of working from 7 in the morning until just after 8 at night. I tried to get him to come in for breakfast. No, I'd rather work. So add that in there. You know what? When they talk about this man being part of the greatest generation, wow. What more do you need to say other than to know 95 working like that?
Rob, I'm flattered and thank you.
What do you think about Colonel Luther?
Colonel Luther, we got acquainted quite early in this process. When I heard about RobCosman activities. I looked them up on the website. I found the number to call. Finally, somehow or another, got referred to Luther as the guy who took care of subscriptions and enrollments and that sort of thing. We talked together and sent paperwork back and forth to prove that I was a veteran and that sort of thing. I'm not a wounded veteran. Many of my colleagues were in my generation. My brother was a Marine in the Pacific. My father and my grandfather, one of my grandfathers, were in World War I. My father fought in France at Camaderie. He was in the cavalry. But coming from the farm, he became sort of a veterinarian for horses and took care of horses behind the lines. He never got fired at, luckily, and survived everything. My grandfather fought the World War I epidemic. Stayed in the States still.
How big a part of your life now is woodworking?
Percentage-wise, I have a hard time estimating that. I'm in the shop, I would say, 5 days a week. Now, I may be only passing through and picking up something or delivering something or what have you. I'm very fortunate to live in a retirement community that has a workshop which I've sponsored and financed. And we have about 500 square feet of space and a complete line of power tools. Most of our workers are power tools. I don't think we have but one or two skilled woodworkers. We have a gentleman who used to be a pattern maker, and he is quite precise and quite demanding about what all the rest of us do as well. So, and a gentleman who's now, I think, in a nursing room rather than in the workshop, that did a lot of marquetry kind of things. But I've had several people who visited this home shopping for such facilities say, I've got a workshop, I want to come here. So it's been a sales incentive.
It's such a great hobby, creative hobby, that you can continue to do until you can no longer do anything.
Yeah.
Anybody want to say hello to?
Oh, I'd like to say hello to my son and his family, my grandson, my granddaughter out in California.
You brought your daughter here, so we're going to talk to
my
her.
daughter's here, someplace hiding.
She cleans up. He's always got the neatest floor around.
I have to have one other thanks, and it's to the staff around here. It is remarkable.
They're good.
It is remarkable. Every person I've met has perfect courtesy, friendliness, smiles.
Because they're here because they want to be.
It's fun to be here. It's fun.
Thank you, Jack. I couldn't have you say anything, a greater compliment. It's fun to be here. That means we're doing our job, the fact that you enjoyed that.
Thanks, Rob.
You're welcome. Now, I've got someone that I want to go catch. Are we okay in the kitchen?
I don't know.
Frick, if we're not okay in the kitchen, let me know. Meaning, can we... Teresa. So we have a lot of volunteers. I'll get her to come out just in case we don't have reception. Teresa. You guys want to bring your cohorts out here? I can't get reception in here. So I'd take you in there, but I'm afraid we don't have reception. So I'm going to ask them to come out. But we have a lot of people that just want to come and volunteer to help. So this is Mickey. Mickey, what do you do here? Yeah, exactly. So this is Teresa. Teresa manages, assistant manager of the hardware next door. Teresa's father was in World War II, and when we told her about this, she wanted to volunteer. So, did you want to tell your husband how much you love him?
No. Hi, Donnie. Yeah, there you
Didn't
go.
rehearse that.
And this is Kim.
This
the gold-
oh, she loves me.
Yes, this is
Don't
the
you,
golden
honey?
girl. Right here. The champ.
Tell them what you do. What do you do here?
I do dishes and I make fruit cups
Every morning.
every morning.
Every morning. And who's this young friend of yours?
This young friend, the brains behind the organization,
Yes.
does all the cooking.
Good food.
Yes.
Good food. All right. Want to kiss me
Okay.
goodbye?
I'm not. I'm out of here for that one.
All right.
Luke, you want one too?
No.
So, let's see. Anybody else like to say hello to us? Walk up this way. Maybe somebody would. Oh, I know who would. I think Chris. Chris, you wouldn't mind talking to me, would you?
No, I'll talk to you, Rob. Thank you.
So Chris is a Vietnam vet.
Go ahead.
And also accomplished woodworker.
Well, it's debatable.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Do you want to say hello to anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to my wife, Leona.
Look up there and smile at her.
Yeah, I say hi to my wife, Leona, and my daughter, Cheryl. Miss you guys. Wish you were here. And we're having a lot of fun. Food's delicious.
Food's fantastic. I've got a request. I know
Okay.
there are still lots of Vietnam vets. We managed
Yes.
to find one or two in every class. So I want you to talk specifically to them. These guys, some of these people have been suffering for over 50 years. I need you to address that so that they will apply.
This is
I'm
probably
going to ask you to hold that so that they can hear you.
this is probably one of the best things that I've done as far as doing any type of rehabilitation or anything like that. I've got major back problems and things, and it's a killer, but they'll supply you with a wheelchair. I use an oxygen machine, and the guys,
Can you tell them why the oxygen so they understand?
Agent Orange did a number on my lungs and on the heart, so I'm having a lot of problems with that. Hey, I'm still almost 82. I still made it. As far as the experience here, even if you are sort of disabled, the guys in the shop, the other vets in the shop, look out for you. They make sure that you get around all right. They make sure you get to your hotel room. They'll check on you in the mornings and bring you back out here to the shop. And it's a great deal. It's awesome camaraderie here. Even Luther's a good guy sometimes.
He's the one with the cue cards.
Yeah, he's
That
yeah.
say Luther's a really good guy.
Yeah, and I would encourage anybody to come here, even if you don't know a thing about woodworking. It's very relaxing. Like Luther, it's very relaxing, and it's a very rewarding experience. I would especially like to thank all the people that have donated to this project. It means a lot to the guys that are here. It means a lot to me. And if you could see the enjoyment that these people are having as they're working through some of the problems we have, it's just an awesome. The food is delicious. It don't get any better than this.
Anything you want to show off?
No, not really. They're all terrible. Yeah, they're not really great.
All right, so Chris has spent most of his time in a wheelchair. He's got an oxygen tank on there that he's on most of the day. So it's not like he's got a ton of mobility, but you know what?
That's my best one.
Cutting them all by hand. A little bit of a blowout right there, but
Yeah.
that's a difficult joint, a half-line dovetail. First time ever?
First time ever.
First time ever. To be commended.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
You're welcome, brother.
It's been.
I'm glad to have you here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I need more guys like you. All right, back to work. That's the longest break you're going to get. Break's over. Hey, young man. Who are you?
My name is Bentley Wetmore.
Oh, yeah. And were you in a war?
Maybe. Could have been.
He lives with McLaren.
Yes, he lives with his youngest brother, McLaren. That would qualify. All right. That's my grandson. It's my oldest grandson, Frick's oldest boy. Nice to see you, Bentley. All right, let's keep going. Oh, we should probably, while we're back here, have we given him too much airtime? Sean, again.
I
You the
know.
only guy here?
We keep running into each other. It's
We
crazy.
do. Are you following me?
Might be.
All right, now's your chance to get to talk to and say hello to anybody you want to say hello to.
Hi, I gotta say hi to my wife Lucy and my 4 kids, Lily, Matthew, Eleanor, and Jack.
Are you reading this off a cue card?
No, absolutely not. I just gotta make sure I count them all. That's all. But yeah, hi guys, how's it going? Thanks for watching and hanging out and seeing what we're doing out here, and thanks for letting me cut away for the week, especially to Lucy.
Yeah, this is gonna cost
What
you.
a patient woman.
She's definitely holding down the fort back at home. So
I believe
nice.
they call that a saint.
Yes, yeah, she's definitely a saint.
So, a lot of people have contributed in order for us to do this for you. You want to address them, and then I want you to address your fellow combat wounded vets.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's contributed to this. I mean, this is absolutely amazing and just unreal. It's a dream. So thank you to everyone who supported and who will continue to support to make sure that this continues to happen. It's huge. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, the Cosmans are the most phenomenal people I've met, and it's cool to see where their heart is and what they're doing here. You guys.
Talking about Jake?
Yeah, specifically Jake. Exclusively Jake. No, but the whole family, like everyone's in the kitchen, out here. I mean, it's unbelievable. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And then to all the vets, this is incredible.
Big shout out to the reason why you're here, please.
Yes, so to PJ, he is definitely the reason I'm here. He's a very good buddy of mine, and I appreciate everything that he did. So appreciate it, man. And then to everyone else, like this is incredible. I've never ever been able to do one of these, and it's cool to
Show it off.
little half blind dovetail.
Did you even know what it was before you came?
I knew what it was, but I had no clue how to do
So
it.
you had never cut one before,
Yeah,
obviously.
never cut one
How
before.
many half blinds have you done prior to that?
Zero half blinds.
This is your first one?
Yes, yeah,
Get a really close look at
yeah. So
I'll
it's,
see the flaws.
Yeah, don't look too close. Make sure it's fuzzy.
macro lens.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I've woodworked for a while, but absolutely at no point have I been to this level. And you can watch the videos at home. I did, but coming here and actually like physically standing here with Rob looking over your shoulder.
And Luther.
More Luther, but I just try and run away from him. But just having him critique little nuances that you don't pick up in a video, you have to come here and experience it. It's unreal.
Any boards you're particularly proud of?
Yes, absolutely. This.
Show this. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, show this. So this is dovetail number 3. So I just want to show you the progression of his work. So this was the first dovetail he ever cut.
Room for
Barely
improvement.
passable.
Barely.
This is the second one he ever cut. A little bit of blood on there, maybe? No?
Some, maybe.
But look
Sharp
at this
chisel.
one. So this is the third dovetail, all cut in the same day. Look at that closely and understand this. They're not allowed to test fit. So these go together with one time only, with glue. See you. Can you catch Ginny? Ginny, you want to say hi from there? Just want to say hi from there? Okay.
Okay.
See you in the morning. Now,
What do you mean?
So I spent all day learning how to get all 6 sides of the board square, right? I've got it sitting in the vise, and I've got the top flat, I've got both edges flat, and perpendicular, and
I'm going to interrupt here a few times. So I had checked it before we went into it.
Yes.
He had the top perfect.
yeah, yep.
It was perfect.
Yeah, I'm
Meaning
pretty
ready for a finish.
Yeah,
He didn't, however, account for wood movement in all of his planing.
I'm pretty sure I heard the words "best I've ever seen." I don't know, is that good or I'm not sure.
No, he didn't.
So I walk in to have a delicious lunch, and
Hold on.
that was the
So
piece.
the board was sitting like this, so you'll notice that there's a big swath of hardwood, kind of a pinkish color.
So I go into lunch and I eat a delicious lunch, and I come out to this, which I do not remember doing.
Skinny, thick.
It has very bad plane tracks, a lot of tear out. I almost fainted when I saw this, because I was like, oh, someone ran a dull plane over my board. And then I saw this, and I'm like, well, that doesn't look right. I'm pretty sure I was somewhat, co-planer, but, and then I thought, I didn't see Luther at lunch for a while. He was absent for about 10 minutes. Yeah, now he's coming over. You heard his name. He thought it was for a good thing, so he came over. No, so we're talking about this. Yeah. So what he had done was sabotage me.
Woodworking is that? It's all crooked, got all these planing tracks down there.
Yeah. So.
You in the Navy or something?
Yeah. So he had sabotaged me, and everyone got a good laugh out of it except for me. So, and here we are.
Abused again.
Abused again.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Sounds good.
Great having you here.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Bring
Appreciate
more.
it. Will do.
Your job to replace yourself.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Poor guy. I felt bad for him because I knew what they did. And I could see him, he's just kind of holding back the tears. I'm walking down memory lane. If anybody wants to jump out and say hi, I'm more than happy to talk to you.
Rob, can I say hi to my wife?
Yes, you can.
Very much. I want to say hello to Octavia, my wife, and my dog Daisy. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple days, though I do love being out here. And I definitely wanted to say hello to my best friend Frank. I know he's watching, and thank you so much for all your help and all these 10 years and helping me get out here as well. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody that's donating to this course that makes all this possible. And thank you very much to Rob and your family. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
No, not at all. You hold that.
I can do it. My name is Chris Campbell. From Austin, Tennessee. Been 8 years in the
And where do you live now, Chris?
I live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I've been 8 years in the Army. I was medically retired. I've been corrected. I didn't move up here. No, but I do want to say thank you to people that have made this possible. Thank you to people that are donating money. It's a great cause. We're having a great time. It's a week in Canada. It's an incredible experience, and I want to say thank you to the people that are making it possible.
Now you need to talk to the other vets.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes this is what
Okay.
causes them to decide to put their name in the hat.
You know what? I can do that. Okay, so any veterans watching this, if you're having issues, not sure what's going on in your head, not sure why everything's not working out for you, I understand the hesitance to talk to a lot of people. I get that. I'm the same way. I understand. That being said,
You can saw right there. So sorry. I didn't mean to-
No, you're fine. No, that being said, this is a great program. You know, if you're interested in woodworking, if you're watching this video, this is something you should look into. You know, it's for combat wounded vets. If you've been deployed, whether it's a physical or mental affliction is irrelevant. You know, if woodworking is something you're into, this is definitely something you should look into. You know, we're having a great time up here. We'd be happy to answer any questions if you want to reach out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you allowed to tell them who?
Yeah, I mean,
Excuse me. So as we move over a little closer here, we see a young man. I think he's a Canadian.
and we think he's young.
Yeah. And inexperienced.
That is true. That is very true.
I need you to hold that right up there.
Stay out and about.
You need
Oot in the boot?
keep it fairly close. So they can pick it up.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb McDonald, and I'm a veteran, 20 years with the Canadian Army, plus a small detour with the Mounties, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, for a few years. And I left the military last year, and now I'm learning woodworking for my next career, my next ambition. From Rob, honored and blessed to be here, and the Colonel, and Oracle. I'm going to get Foghorn Leghorn yelling at me again in a bit. Yeah, it's an incredible experience, and I'm blessed and honored to be here.
How did you get here?
So my cousin was actually part of this project a few months ago, and he told me what an experience it was, and he recommended it so highly that I applied. Oh yeah, Corey McDonald. Hey Corey, if you're watching this from your shack in Mooney's, he talked about it so much that I basically applied before he had even left, I think. He was so excited about it, and so was I, frankly.
Family to say hello to?
Yeah, hey, my wife Jess and my kids, Eli and Judah, who are hopefully asleep, but maybe not. My wife actually texted me a couple hours ago and said they both have pink eye. So I'm actually, another reason I'm glad I'm here, how contagious that is, and I want nothing to do with it. Sorry, Jess.
Let's show off. What do you got?
I don't know if it's showing off, but
First of all, have you ever cut a dovetail before?
I didn't know what a dovetail was until I watched some of your videos in preparation of coming here.
All right.
So I've got a stack of questionable, and they get more questionable the deeper you get in the stack as you work your way down. So there's my half blind. I got a bit of a split there when I pounded it together. But other than that, I think it was
decent.
Yeah, it was okay
For a cop.
for a cop.
That's your third.
It's my third one.
dovetail.
Yeah. Don't show them the sides.
And that's don't show the sides.
I blew the sides out.
And even that, I mean, that's your second ever.
Yeah, that was number
There's
two.
a lot of people that would love to be able to do that before they die, and that's your first.
That's my first one. Yeah.
Yeah, remarkable.
Awesome.
Must be have a really good dovetail saw, do you?
Yeah, it's great dovetail saw. I can't remember the name of it though. It's a bunch of letters and numbers. Doesn't really describe what the saw is, but it's fantastic.
Good. Absolutely shameless. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate you being here. Always great to have a Canadian.
Thanks for having me.
Speaking of Canadians, wander over this way. Mike, anybody in Edmonton that deserves a shout out?
Absolutely, my four girls.
I need you to speak into this in order for them to pick it up, and you got to keep it fairly close.
Okay, yeah, my four girls. Denise, my wife. Ryan, my daughter. Maya, my daughter, and Sophia, my daughter. And I'm not much for this kind of stuff, but I just got to say I want to thank Rob and your family because I, honest to God, man, this has been life-changing for me. It's been fantastic. I know I don't say a whole lot here, but you guys really mean it. And this whole program, it's just, it's something else. That's all I
Just let me ask, how many years?
21 years.
And what were you?
I was confidential.
And now you're from Edmonton? Have you got a dovetail you want to show off?
Not yet.
Okay,
But I'm getting there.
I want to ask you one favor. I want you to talk to your fellow Canadian veterans who should be here.
Oh man, there's a list of guys that I've been thinking about this all day, and I'm gonna get some calls when I get home. Because there's probably at least 20 guys on the top of my head that could use this program, and like really use it. It would mean the world to them. You know, this has been it's been fantastic.
We got to know who they are.
Yeah, I'll send you a list of names, man. Like tons of guys that would just love to be here and love to sink their teeth into this kind of thing, and to feel this camaraderie again. I mean, and it's not just the Army guys here, it's the civilians here that are mixed with us.
Make it bring a little closer.
It's the civilians that are mixed with us. These guys are fantastic. You know, they're so supportive. They're just.
Let's do that. Hey,
guys.
Bets, how about a shout out for the civilians who have been here that have created this environment? Thank you.
I'd like to know if anybody from Veterans Affairs sees this, if they could maybe sink their teeth into it. I think it'd be a really excellent program for Veterans Affairs to kind of dabble into, and probably more helpful than a lot of the things they have going on right now. Not that they're a bad organization, but I feel this here is something that would really help a lot of guys.
How's the food?
Oh. It's pretty good. I'm about 5 pounds heavier right now, so.
Well, we like to keep you fed.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mike, thanks for being here, brother. God save the king. I haven't got to say that before. Who? Chris. I want to introduce you to Chris. So Chris is my friend from a while ago. This is Chris Kosum. Chris was in our class in 2019, and I asked him to come back and be my assistant probably a couple of years ago before COVID. Yeah. I'm going to hand you this if you just want to. You want me to ask questions? Can you answer them?
Oh, sure.
Who at home do you want to say hello to?
My wife Rhonda and my kids.
They're going to ask me to hold up here.
My wife Rhonda and my boys Nico and Seth and my granddaughters.
Now, you know what? I'm going to ask you to do this. You were the first person to receive a bench from the Bench Brigade. And there's a lot of Bench Brigade members out there, and I think a great thank you to them would be you tell the story about what getting the bench meant for you.
Oh yeah, before I came to this course, I did a little bit of woodworking, but I never built furniture. I always wanted to build furniture most of my life. And once I got that bench, once I got done with this course, got back home, learned the stuff I learned here and everything. Got that bench, then I started actually building furniture. And that's something I enjoy doing. It's really a big stress reliever, and I just love doing it. And the bench was a big deal. It was a big part of it. And I'd like to thank Rick. I try to thank Rick every year at least for that bench and that, and appreciate everybody that helps out and does all the stuff with those benches.
Did Rick deliver it personally, or was it shipped?
No, it was shipped. Yeah.
I think Rick made. How many benches has Rick done, Jake? Jake, you painted. How many benches has Rick done?
Two at least, maybe three.
Yeah. But, he's into it.
Right.
Now, one last thing I want you to do. Talk to the vets that need to be here. The ones that you can speak to.
Well, one of the biggest things here is when the guys get together and they speak and talk things out. I've really seen how that's really helped guys, and seen how that's helped guys, and plus just woodworking is a stress reliever just in itself. So I've seen a big difference in people that come here. Yep, open up. I'm a man of few words, so.
Could you say the last few for Luther?
Sure, I will. So if I can get up and speak, anybody can speak, so that's a big deal.
Thank you, Chris.
I'll pass you the mic.
All right, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. You've been a fantastic help. His dovetail was impressive. I just often wonder what these guys do when they go home. They do it again. Chris and Luther both did a dovetail the other day. When you finished it yesterday?
I think a day before I finished mine.
It was incredible. If I go up there, I'll show it to you. And I don't blow smoke. It was incredible.
He beat Luther.
Oh yeah, he beat Luther. Hands down. John? Who would like to say hello to?
I'd like to say hello to Charlotte and all my kids and grandkids.
Is that a long list?
Well, more than I want to spell out. But this is a wonderful project. I I got hooked on it by watching the videos, and every time I'd see one of the videos, I'd send in $100 and finally decided I needed to be part of this too.
Yeah.
Needed to be part of this too, so I signed up, and turns out I got to learn woodworking in the process. The best part of it is just getting with all the vets and guys. It's just been great. I really enjoyed it.
How's it been to be in a class with a World War II vet?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. I've talked to him a little bit about it, and my father was in World War II, and it, it's just been great talking to all these guys. And,
how's the food been?
Too much. Too much food. But it really ought to be called training the hand and training the mind, because it gets your mind in the right place.
Yeah, it does. So that's the part that happens accidentally, because we don't know what we're doing. We just do it. The rest of it just kind of falls into place. What's really, I think, fantastic and amazing is how the civilians and the vets go from being total strangers on Monday. It really gels and almost becomes like a family.
It does. It really does.
By midweek.
Yeah.
It's so healthy. It's so healthy. Everybody here wants to be here. They enjoy being here. They work from 7 in the morning until
9 or 10 at night.
9 or 10 o'clock. Actually, I don't think we've left before 10 this week.
Yeah. So it's been great, and I'm having a great time. I may want to come back.
You can. Thank you, John. Appreciate your support.
Hey, I think Tom.
Tom? I don't meet very many people who have as many children as I do. And I have yet to meet one, but he came close. Tom, you hold the mic up there. Now, if Tom says hello to all his kids, we're going to be here a while. Go ahead. Anything you'd like to say?
Hi, all my kids, but especially hi to my wife, Julie, who is really the heart of the home and the one who made it all possible. We have 9 kids that we're proud of, who have all been good citizens and good participators in the world. And Luther, what are you doing over there?
What about me?
And my 10th son, Luther, who is the
Your youngest. Your youngest and the most immature.
The youngest and the most immature and most disruptive in the family. But anyway, this project has been fantastic. I never had any idea of what PTSD is and what kind of experiences war-wounded warriors have gone through and how it affects their lives, their families, and just their day-to-day living. And it's incredible, the optimism and the excitement these guys are showing throughout this classroom, throughout this class. Plus, we've made a lot of friends here. I've made 13 other friends that hopefully I'll be able to stay in touch with for the rest of my life. And Rob, I want to say I'd like to get on the bench brigade and
Jack, you hear that?
build a bench or two for veterans that are in the Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, West Virginia area. So there's my commitment. Thanks a lot, Rob.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Lots of good people. Lots of good people. I want to go down here in the corner. We have a student that came a little farther than the average.
Bear.
Yeah. This is Sibby. You want to hold this, and you got very close so I can hear you.
All right.
Anything you want to say? People at home? Tell them where you're from, please.
Yeah, I come from Iceland. Got to know your YouTube channel and was fortunate enough to meet you in 2020. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
You and your dad.
Yeah, and I decided to sign up. Enlist. Took only 2 years to get here, but here I am.
Wasn't our fault.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What's been the experience like? You've been here for 4 days.
It's been absolutely great. A lot of work, hard work, but very fun. Great guys, great group of guys. And it gives me some good insight into, coming from a country that's doesn't have any military or anything, neutral country, just to see what these guys are going through. And yeah, it's been a great experience all over.
What have you got to show off? Anything?
No, not really.
Well, let us be the judge of that. How many dovetails have you cut prior to coming to the class?
I've done maybe, some, half a dozen maybe. I don't
Get a
know.
real close look at this. This is exceptional. Yeah, did you say a dozen?
Yeah, maybe half a dozen.
Half a dozen? Yeah, really good. Really good. So the experience has been good. The food's been okay?
Oh, yeah.
I see you had to bring your own chocolate. I thought maybe you weren't getting enough to eat.
No, I just want to give you guys, but...
Oh, okay. Icelandic chocolate?
Yeah.
Well, it's wonderful. I'm glad you made the effort to come. It's a long way, but appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Sean wants us to go over and talk to him again, but I'm not going back there. So, as we move north, Rick, another Canadian. Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hi.
You need to keep it fairly close so they can hear you.
Hi, another Canadian. My name's Rick, and I come from Montreal. And a lot has been said about, what's being done for the vets and how the civilians are part of this whole process. But I don't think enough has been said about this man standing right here beside me. He is the leader of this group, and I find him to be an absolutely wonderful leader. He also has a big team that works with him, and he's always acknowledging those people and giving thanks. And it's just a great pleasure for me to know this man. One of the big things that happens here is the fellowship that evolves and develops. And so there's great relationships between the civilians and the vets, and I think we all have an opportunity to get to know each other. And for me, I've known veterans before, but I've never known a veteran that's gone to war. And Rob creates an environment where people are comfortable to talk about their experiences, and it's a real eye-opener for me, and I just want to shout out to Rob for everything, and his team, like the guy holding that camera, this guy over here, Luther, the people that are... Yeah. And one of the things that is really special about this place is also the meals that are provided. I had a chicken dinner tonight. Oh, I love chicken. Anyway, thanks very much, Rob, and I really appreciate everything you have done for me, the things you've taught me, and for this environment and opportunity to be here. Thank you, sir.
Rick. And I might add that Rick's already doing his job. Shake my hand. Because Rick brought a female veteran, Canadian Army, down here today, and she had lunch with us and got a chance to look around. And the more people that know about this, particularly people on that side of the fence, meaning the veterans, the better chance we are going to have of finding those who really need it. So kudos to you, Rick, for doing your job. Thank you, and keep it up.
Thanks a lot.
Mr. Anthony, you haven't had a chance to say anything lately.
No.
You want to take this mic and just run with it? How about a number?
Okay, I'll run. No, it's been great.
Big shout out to Angie.
That's right, and the T-shirts are up there.
Yeah. You talk, I'll get that.
Okay. Shout out to cousin Angie. For those of you who don't know, Angie and Lynn package up all our T-shirts for the Purple Heart Project, and put a lot of time and effort in to make them pack them very neatly. And if you order a T-shirt, you'll get a T-shirt with Angie's sticker and picture on it, and her initial. And here she is.
You want to introduce her?
I did already.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ange?
That's Angie.
So when you buy a Purple Heart T-shirt, we have 3 styles, soon to be more. This one is dark blue, and on the back, now you can't see it, but it says "Wood is good." Each have a wood-related slogan.
Her initial.
And there's Angie, and you can see that this T-shirt has met her approval because A stands for excellence.
Excellent.
This one is actually, when we were doing it, we wanted to tell you what was color next, and this was Angie's color that she chose. This one says wood for good. No, wood doing good, that one says. And this one in military green, this one is on the back says wood for good. So you can go on our website and you can get a T-shirt and help promote the cause. So when you walk around and people say, well, what does that mean? You can tell them. All right. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate all you do here. Okay. Let's walk over this way. Oh, all right. Come on down here. I have a soft spot for people in my class who know how to play hockey. Pete, I'm going to hand this to you. The last hockey player we had, his name was Pete, so let's see if you can hold the tradition.
I don't know about that.
You gotta have to hold it right there. And Pete's also active. He's one of only 2 active duty vets that we have, our military that we have. Not a vet until you actually retire, right?
True.
True. That's coming soon. Anything you want to say? Anyone you want to say hello to at home?
No, home's not watching. Too late for them. Not YouTube
But
fans.
it goes on forever.
It goes on forever. But I would like to say hello to Kent Merrill and his wife, who reached out to me from the Bench Brigade, and they said they would be watching. And they said they are. They have it done already, and I've got a picture of it.
Oh, you've got it. Excellent.
So I just have to coordinate delivery when I get home.
Beautiful. Talk to some of your fellow veterans that need this. Fellow military.
Chris.
Sure.
Chris.
So.
Do you want to just go grab a piece of cherry?
I had found Rob pre-COVID on YouTube when I was trying to fix something around the house. And I found the Purple Heart program through the website. I bought a couple tools. But I never thought that, I thought it was for people who are more wounded, physically wounded, showing disabilities. So I put off signing up for it until post-COVID, and my family encouraged me to sign up for it. And I got a call from Super Dave and was accepted to the program. Big surprise to me because I thought that the application had got lost or I wasn't selected. But so basically, if you think you need it, then sign up. Don't wait. It's here for you. It's a great program. You get to meet fellow vets that have the same issues that you are probably coping with or trying to cope with on your own. And yeah, it's just a good old time, and Rob and his family are great hosts.
How's the food?
The food is excellent. Don't come here if you're on a diet. It's not going to work out for you. Not going to work out for you. No, it does not go well.
Anything to show off?
Yeah, but they're hiding under my bench because,
All right, we have time. All right, let's take a look at this. Pete, have you cut a dental before you came here?
I have not.
Let's start with this. So this is Pete number 1. This is Pete number 2. And this is Pete number 3. Big improvement. Excellent. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rob.
Got 2 more days. Get at it, brother.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. I think, did we make it all the way around? I think we did. Okay, let me explain what's going to happen tonight. So, as donations come in, for every $1,000 that's donated, we give away a prize, and the prizes are made by 5 people. Bob Abbott. Bob is a former student, came back as my assistant 1 year, and Bob is ex-Air Force, blown up by a suicide bomber. Bob makes the famous tumbling blocks cutting board. Mooser, can I walk over there? Okay, let's go over there. Let's go over. Show it to you. Big shout out Oh, I'm going to come back to this. Let's do this first. So Bob Abbott is represented by his tumbling blocks. Really nice, heavy cutting board that you won't ever want to cut on because it's too nice. It's almost like a piece of kitchen furniture. And that's thevintageveteran.com. That's his website. Then we have Jeff O'Connor. What did Kim call him today in that video? Jeffy? Jeffy O'Connor. I hadn't heard that before. And Jeffy O'Connor makes these. And Jeff, you're wondering where the U one went. I gave it to a friend. Jeff makes these shave bowls. So it's a bowl made out of various woods. This one happens to be oak. It has really nice shave soap. And the shave brush is made from the hair off a badger's bum. Really nice, best stuff. In fact, the guy that I gave it to, really, I didn't even know, he's really into collecting shave brushes, and he actually recognized that. So that's one of the gifts. And then this is Jesse Rufiange. I mentioned Jesse earlier, and this is a cell phone stand. And you can either put your cell phone upright like this, or you can lay it horizontal like that. Small, but very good craftsman. And Kevin Burris. So Kevin Burris is a combat wounded vet. Kevin was an Army EOD, 22 years, blown up so many times. And those guys, their brains take a real beating every time that happens. The last bomb was a 1,500-pound IED, and that wiped him out. He had a long recovery from that. But Kevin does these, I call it carved in stone. So these plaques are made out of either granite or slate, your choice. And then if there's a date and time that's important to you, or if there's a saying, this happens to be my personal motto. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich if you want to understand that further. Come out here, I'll show you another one of them. We have all of our company mission statements carved in stone. This one is for the Purple Heart Project, and it is, you want to read it, Luthi? No, go ahead. RobCosman's Purple Heart Project mission is to introduce physically or mentally wounded combat warriors still suffering from the negative effects of combat to the peace and joy that can be found through the therapy of traditional hand tool woodworking. We have another one over in our shop. And then part of the combat wounded vet that doesn't get near the attention it needs and deserves are the wives who are the caregivers for these guys. So a very special friend of ours who happens to be Jeff's wife, Kim O'Connor, she someday in the future will be having a big part of helping that segment of society. So she's part of our mastermind group, and Kim makes beautiful handbags. They're all hand done. Snippetsandstitches.com is the name of her business, and she made up some special ones for us, very patriotic. They're all the flag colors. So we buy these from these ladies and gentlemen at retail to help them with their business, and we give them out as a reward for those of you who anybody that watches. You don't have to fund us in order to get one of these, but we certainly appreciate it if you do. Now, there was something else. Oh, right here, sorry. So I'm a huge MASH fan, always have, well, I shouldn't say always have been, since it started. And a guy that works here with us, a friend of ours, his name is Kevin Lasky. Kevin at age 16 was in a bad motorcycle accident. His mom bought him a paint set to pass the time, and he found out he really had a knack for it. So if you've seen all the paintings in our classroom, or if you've seen the paintings that are on the wall, this is Joe Power as a young man when he joined the Royal Canadian Artillery back in 1939. It's called the Joe Power Memorial Workshop, and Luther's doing a lot of research so that each one of these panels behind the aprons will eventually be a painting depicting some aspect of his service throughout the war. He went right up until March 10th, 1945, when he got hit by a mortar in Germany and left him paralyzed on the right side. Well, I asked Kev if he would paint do a painting for us, a MASH-related theme that we could turn into a Christmas card. So this is the original. And you have to go back to the first season of MASH to appreciate this, but that's Hawkeye coming down to save a wounded soldier in a foxhole under fire. So we now have these in Christmas cards, so you can share the message of the Purple Heart Project as well as bringing happiness and joy to everybody. You can get them in packs of 10. Gina will be glad to help you. I think they're on our website. You can get them right there. Now, we're not done, but Luther, you have a message you want to use now?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
I'm going to
So,
give you this.
Yeah, I just wanted, we need some help. And so we are working on getting our official Canadian charity all set up. So Revenue of Canada, I think that's how you say it.
Revenue Canada.
Revenue Canada, is that how you say it? Canada Revenue Agency can recognize Canadian donations as a tax-free. And what I need help on, as I'm hoping out there, is maybe a Canadian accountant or a CPA or a lawyer who understands Canadian nonprofit charity tax laws that can help me answer some questions and maybe help guide me a little along the way of setting this up. And if you would go to RobCosman.com, and at the bottom of the page, just hit the contact us and leave me a message. Say, hey, Luther, this is me. Call me up at this email or phone number, and I'll tell you what the details of the questions are and the help I'm looking at. So I really would appreciate it if someone's got that expertise, if you would take the time, send that contact us in and help us set this up and get us officially on the Canadian Charities Organization.
501c.
No, it's not a 501c.
No, just tell them, give them a brief update on where we are.
This is all, I just need the Canadian side.
All right, to come. Okay, so this is the part where we get to warm everybody up. So my good friend here, what's your name, sir?
On good days, I remember it.
It's not a good day. This is the Moose. This is the namesake for Little Moosey. This is Bruce McLeod, been a friend of mine for a long time. He's my hockey hero. He's my hockey mentor. And he helps us in our program. And every time we do a class, he brings a very special, you gotta hold that, sorry. He brings a very special gift for all of the vets in the class. Everybody,
Just set it right here, Rob.
everybody on the online, everybody on our YouTube channel knows about the Dead Cat Sweater. You just take it right over. Okay. Gentlemen, if I have your attention, please, it's gift time.
Okay, for all you combat wounded vets, we have a little gift here. Peter Hewitson.
Pete.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pete, is there a name in the back of that? Yeah.
Hold on just 1 second.
No, Moose is fine.
I'm not?
Yeah, so when you talk to us, use the...
Yeah.
Keep going, Moose, we're good.
Yeah, Caleb McDonald.
He's Nova Scotia.
There you go. Yeah, you can use it.
Absolutely. I've been had it a few weeks.
You know, he was an RCMP up in northern Manitoba.
Haley froze to death last year, so that'll work for him. He recovered.
You don't sound like someone that froze to death anytime. Southern accent. Chris Campbell.
Chris?
There you go, Chris.
Hey, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Stay warm.
Sean Grumbles.
See if he grumbles about this. A lap. Do a few laps.
Thank you. Another winner.
Oh, yeah, he's a winner.
Mike Lemoyne.
This is not a small.
Thank you, Mike. It is not.
Thanks, Mike. Stay warm. He's from Edmonton. He'll need that.
Christian Helwig.
Let's go!
say Hell Week? The week from hell.
You won? One of you? Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh, did you?
Says his work.
You can keep one for yourself.
I know.
Thank
Thank
his
you.
work.
Thank you.
Stay warm, Chris.
Hey, what's going on?
Jesse.
Well, go plug it in.
Let's go, Jesse.
Welcome.
Yes. Stay warm, brother.
It can't be dead.
That's it. Yeah.
All of that
Now,
sweaters?
if you don't mind trying them on, because I've got a couple extra
Try it on
sizes.
facing the right, the wrong size. We got bigger ones if we need it.
I'm already sweating. I don't know if I can do it.
We asked them their size before they came. Started eating.
Yeah, before they eat.
Oh, man, it's like putting a hug on them.
Moose, how about a little plug for the Purple Heart Project? Tell people where they can find you, where they can find Dead Cat sweaters, because the Dead Cat sweater has the Purple Heart logo on it. In case you want one, which you probably do. Okay. Tell them where they can go.
Well, you can go
both in person and
yeah. You can go to the center aisle of the St. John City Market. We have them prominently displayed here, and the whole purpose there is to try to create awareness of the program. People talk and share information.
Huh? We're back? We're, audio on? All right. So let's wrap this up. Apparently, I've been told that our donations are at an all-time non-high. We haven't broken the threshold for one gift. If you want to fix that, hurry. So let me just lay out what our plan is. This is our last class for 2022. Starting in 2023, we're going to add a class. So there'll be one in April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And those dates will be posted very soon. And you'll have an opportunity to sign up. If you know anybody that is a combat wounded vet, that means they have been in a combat zone, whether it's a physical wound, whether it's a mental wound like PTSD or a traumatic brain injury, please turn them on to our channel, RobCosman.com, website, sorry. And on the top left-hand corner, you'll see all the information about the PHP. The application's on there, and let us help them. If you're interested in taking the class yourself, there'll be room as soon as we open up those classes. You've already heard from the people that were here how beneficial it is. It's an awesome week. A lot of work, ton of work. There is no downtime. Anybody have any final words of wisdom? Lucy, anything you want to say before we close? We have a small audience. We lost a lot of people because we lost power. What's he saying?
They're all back.
We're all back. All right, bring in those donations so we can give away some prizes and help those vets that are trying to start businesses, and more importantly, help these vets that we have yet to meet that we're going to bring into our class. Let me show you some. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. I want to show you a few dovetails from a dovetailing expert. Who's this? Oh, where's Chris's?
Right there.
So this is Chris Kosum, and this is, check out this. Look at that. And this is, whose is this? Oh, there it is, Lucy.
Okay.
This is what, I showed them what the guys are making, right? They're using that. Okay. There's the board. There's the board that they process, and then we check it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations with a micrometer, a caliper to determine how close they actually got. They don't get to check and fix and check and fix. They get to do it once, take it to the line, then they turn it in for inspection. All right, Frick, I'm just going to check before we sign off. Frick, are we giving away any prizes tonight?
Are we combining with the donation? Oh no, we didn't have one last week. Never mind.
No.
Are we? Did we break the threshold?
I don't think so.
No. All right. Well, let's show how nice we are and give away 3 dead cat sweaters.
Oh, and the hats. I gotta mention the hats.
Oh yes.
Doug Burger.
Did we say Doug's last name?
Yeah.
Doug Berger, which is B-E-R-G-E-R, out in Seattle, has been very generous. When he was here in the class, he bought everybody in the class, all the vets, an apron. And then the last class we had, he made everybody a hat. And then he sent me an email and said he wanted to do it again. So everybody in the class, including the civilians, received a hat. I want a big shout out to David Robinson. He came on before they broadcast and spoke to the guys and just wished them luck and a little bit of life advice. It was very nice of him, David. We appreciate it. You're a great example. All right, we are going to give away 3 dead cat sweaters, so I'm going to go in here and we'll let Frick pick the names. Frick, you want to give away 3 dead cats?
Yep. Just give me 1 second.
Do I still need to use this mic, or
No.
my lapel mic's good enough?
Yep. Just give me 1 second.
All right. First dead cat sweater is going to...
All right, I'm just copying the names here. You have quite a high chance of winning this evening, so...
Yes, you do.
Oh, shoot. Not on.
Well, he's doing that. If you just look around in here, my shop's a mess, but it's going to get cleaned up soon. This is our last class, so all this stuff will go back over in that room, and we'll be able to find our floor and carry on our business. If you have never been to our online workshop, you might want to check it out. It's where we give continuing education. We broadcast 3 45-minute episodes on the weeks that we're not doing the Purple Heart Project. And right now we are working on this section. So I'll just explain this to you. When we very first started, we built a bench. And then one of the next projects is the guys wanted a tool cabinet to match the bench. So we built it, prototype, made out of plywood and pine. And then throughout the next several years, it's been dragging out a while, we lived with it. And I made slight modifications when I thought, no, this doesn't belong here, move this, move that, whatever. So then once we were done, we were able to go in and build the finished piece. So this was the first one. The finished piece is made out of maple, bird's eye maple, and mahogany. It has a pull-out. You can't see it from over that side, but this is where all my drilling equipment is. Then we did a bank of drawers. I brought the dovetails all the way through. And then we just completed this one not that long ago. And this has my level and sliding T-bevels and my panel gauge goes in there. It's being used out there. My winding sticks go in here. They're being used. And then over here we have drawers with it. Are all French fit so that I know where all my tools are or where they're supposed to be. And now we're working on this section. So this is 6 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is this section that will replace this. So as you can see, all of the maple and the bird's eye is done, whatever. And then the drawers, so these little drawers are all going to be dovetailed. They will have mahogany drawer fronts, just like down here, with drawer sides that come through, so you'll see the exposed dovetail. That'll be the section that houses all the planes. And we're going to have some interesting little compartments in behind here so that we can utilize all that space. So if you're interested in anything like that, a lot of shop furniture, a lot of regular furniture.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You can check it out.
Okay, let's go.
How do they find it? They find it on our RobCosman.com under training. Who are we giving away the first?
We're also super close to 1,000 finally.
Are we? What are we at?
Thanks to a generous donation from Larry. Donated 500. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, dead cat.
Dead cat, and we'll give away one big prize.
Alrighty, here we go.
First dead cat's going to
Tim Pierce in Virginia Beach.
Tim. Hey Tim. So Tim Pierce, this is gonna be for your wife. Tim was in our class, last class? Yeah. Combat wounded vet. Fantastic, Tim. Glad you got it.
All right, next
one.
It's going to Kirk Evans in Hartford, Ohio.
Hey, Kirk. Congratulations.
And third one. Third one is going to Al Richardson in New Carlisle, Ohio as well.
Al, both in Ohio. Congratulations, Al. So what are we going to give away? We've got to choose one. We have five to choose from. Jake, how are we going to do this? Kev? Oh, I forgot to mention. We also, Danny Bell, who's also now providing us with prizes. We'll have one on display next time we're here. So Danny's in the mix as well. I think since Kevin's in the process, he and his wife are moving to Oklahoma. So he could even use a little boost. So let's give away one of Kevin's plaques. He'll do whatever you want, whether it's a flag, anything at all, on stone, on either granite or aspen. Granite or slate. So who's getting the Kev Burris plaque? Did we cross over 1,000?
We have 1,000 exactly, according to Gina.
Beautiful.
Eddie Wolfries in United Kingdom.
Hey Eddie, way over in the UK.
I know how to be cheap.
Yeah, what, the ship?
Costs just as much.
Thanks, Eddie. All right, we're done?
We are.
When are we back on, Frick? Can you give them the date?
Possibly, yep.
If it's a conflict, we'll do a Friday.
Yeah, we'd either have to do, we have to do Friday the 4th.
Okay, Friday the 4th of November will be our next themed YouTube Live. Between now and then, any holidays coming up?
No. Right after
Remembrance Day will be our next one. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your support. Please help us find combat wounded vets that need what we do. Have yourself a wonderful couple of weeks, and we'll see you soon.